everybody, and welcome to Enjoy English. I am Shane.
大家好，我是 Bernice.
Okay, and now we're looking at day 2 of Rottnest Island. It's rat nest or paradise? Well, I think that we found that this island is in fact not a rat's nest. It is a paradise, right? And it has lots of things to offer, like it says, discover the history, nature, and surprising charm of a tiny Australian island. And that is the subtitle. So far we've found out that there's lots of activities to do there. You can go surfing, skydiving, even go on a helicopter tour.
Yes.
All kinds of stuff to do there. Eat good snacks, watch the sunsets. Sounds like a pretty nice day.
没错，就像 Shane 老师讲的，我们今天进入到我们的这一个行遍天下的第2天的课程。那我们知道呢，这个罗特尼斯岛呢，它到底是一个老鼠窝，还是它真的是一个天堂岛？我们从第1天呢，大概可以知道，就像老师刚才讲，它其实有很多的 excitement， 很多的刺激的东西可以做。其实它确实是在澳洲的这一座小岛，充满了这个历史啦、自然风光啦，还有令人惊喜的一些魅力的小岛。
Yeah, now I think that what makes this island so unique is really its name. And Rottnest Island is really home of in marsupial, a marsupial that is called a quokka. So I think that's what we're going to focus on today and learn a little bit about this cute little marsupial that lives on the island.
OK， 好，我们今天要学到更多有关这只小型袋鼠的故事哦。
It's not that small.
That small.
Okay, let's go.
All right.
Rottnest Island. Rat's nest or paradise? The quokka is native to Rottnest Island and can be found all over the island. It is a marsupial, a group that also includes the kangaroo, the koala, and the wombat. Like most marsupials, the quokka is most active at night and eats grasses and leaves. Covered in brown fur, each one can weigh up to 5 kilograms and typically lives for about 10 years. One obvious feature a quokka shares with a rat is a tail with little hair. The name quokka comes from the Noongar language, which is spoken by the indigenous people of southwestern Australia. Quokkas live in only a small part of this region, and many people travel to Rottnest Island just to see them. Although there are many quokkas on the island, they are still listed as vulnerable. Therefore, visitors should follow some rules when they observe quokkas to help protect them. First, keep a proper distance and don't disturb their natural behavior. It's important not to touch a quokka, as this could make it sick or spread disease. Also, do not feed them because human food could harm their health. If you want to get a closer look at a quokka, plan a trip to Rottnest Island and remember to follow these simple rules.
Okay, so let's get going. Okay, the quokka is native to Rottnest Island and can be found all over the island. Now, if you say something is native to something, it just means that it is original to that island. It wasn't brought over from another island. It wasn't brought from somewhere else. A native is a person or animal or a species of tree or something that has been in this spot since almost the beginning of time, as long as history can remember. That's what we mean by native to some place.
对，老师说的非常的正确咯。这个片语呢 be native to， 我们知道这个 native 就是土生土长的，就是像老师刚才讲，它并不是从其他的地方带过来的，好，都没有，它是原本就原产在那个地方就对了。好，所以我们今天这个课程要介绍这一个小小的动物，叫做短尾矮袋鼠。其实呢，它就是原产地，就是在这个罗特尼斯岛上，而且是 all over the island， 也就整个岛上通通都可以找得到这样的袋鼠。所以说，不是说只有一个 part 或者一个 area， 它是整个岛上都有。
All over,
对
yeah, 到处都有。Okay. All right, continuing. It is a marsupial, a group that also includes the kangaroo, the koala, and the wombat. Okay, so like we mentioned before, these all have pouches,
Yes.
you know, and they're quite distinct from other small mammals like rats or mice or hamsters. These in particular are significantly bigger. And I think they're even cuter. They're really cute. It's a pretty cute marsupial.
Yeah. 好，所以我们今天要介绍大家一个字，叫做 marsupial。这个字呢，其实就是翻成这个所谓的有袋的动物，就是前面有 pouch，刚才老师讲的这样的动物啦哈。例如说呢，这种动物这样的一个群体里面包含哪一些呢 ？Includes 第一个我们大家都知道就是澳洲的袋鼠啦，kangaroos。那再来呢就是 koala 无尾熊，最可爱那个爱睡觉的动物，好，一天到晚都在睡觉的。好。然后第三种呢，可能大家就比较不是那么熟，叫 wombat， 它叫wombat， 叫做袋熊啦哈。那袋熊是什么？它是脚比较短一点，可它的尾巴呢也是短短的，然后它也是属于在澳洲东南部才会出产的这样的一些小动物啦。好，所以这三类型我们都把它称之为 marsupial， 就是这种有袋的动物。
Okay. Now, like most marsupials, the quokka is most active at night and eats grasses and leaves. Oh, so he's nocturnal. Nocturnal. Nocturnal means living and being active at night.
夜行性的动物啦。
Right, exactly. So they are more active at night and they just eat grass and leaves. So they're vegetarians.
Yeah. 是的，没错，它们是草食性动物。OK， 好，所以呢，他说这样子的一个短尾矮袋鼠呢，其实它跟大多数的这个有袋的这一些其他的动物一样，就是跟无尾熊啊、跟袋鼠、袋熊一样，它们呢基本上都是在 night， 在晚上的时候是非常的比较 active 一点的，是最为活跃的。然后它们吃的东西呢，就是只有吃草跟树叶。
Okay. Covered in brown fur, each one can weigh up to 5 kilograms and typically lives for about 10 years.
Only 10 years.
So I know my cats are all between 4 and 5 kilograms. So it really is about the size of a normal house cat. And typically lives for about 10 years. Now that's a little
short.
That's kind of a little bit too short because cats can live up to 20 years, you know, if they're lucky. But 10 years, not quite as long.
对，所以呢，他就介绍了这一个小动物啦，哈，它身上的毛皮呢是什么样啊？皮毛是什么样的颜色？是棕色的啊，所以全身就是棕色的这样的一个皮毛 ，covered in 啊，就是上面都覆盖着棕色的皮毛。然后呢，每一只这一个袋鼠呢，它上面的体重呢大概是5公斤，就像老师刚才讲，就跟猫咪差不多的一个重量。好，家猫的重量差不多。那么 typically 呢，一般通常上来说呢，典型上来说，它们的寿命呢，大约就是10年左右。所以刚才 Shane 老师说，猫咪可能都可以，如果 lucky 的话，可以活到20岁，那它们就有10年的寿命。
Quite sad. And I want to emphasize here that animals have fur, not hair.
No,
So
hair
be
is here.
careful when you are talking about an animal and say, oh, that's really pretty hair. No, we will say they have pretty fur. And humans do not have fur. We only have hair.
Yes.
Okay, just to make sure we all know that. Okay. Now, one obvious feature a quokka shares with a rat is a tail with a little hair. Oh, okay. So if there is on an animal a little tiny bit of what we would call fur, because fur is really what covers the whole animal. If we have individual little pieces, we might call those little hairs, the individual pieces. So it's saying that it has a rat, just like a rat, it has a tail with a little bit of hair on it. It's not quite enough to look like fur, so it just looks like little pieces of hair.
对，所以轩老师意思就是说整个啦，整个是用 fur， 动物的话，
Yeah.
人类是 hair。
Yeah.
但是如果你现在讲的是里面其中几小根就是 fur 这么多的 fur 里面，我们稍微单独指一小区块，有几根的 hair， 这是 OK 的，这个字的用法是正确的。
Like when you imagine a rat, if you look from far, you probably wouldn't even notice there's hair on a rat's tail because if you see a rat, you're going to run that way, right?
Yeah, right.
You're not going to inspect its tail.
I don't want to get close to it.
But I've always, my friend had a rat that was a pet, and it's like the best pet ever. They're so sweet, and in fact, you can't tell, but there are little tiny hairs that are on the tail of a rat. And so that's probably why when this sea captain saw this, he thought, that's just a big old rat. I'm not staying here. I'm out of here. Bye, guys.
对啦，所以这也解释了我们 Day One 在讲的这一个船长为什么会误认这个袋鼠是老鼠的原因，可能也就是因为这样。他说，虽然呢，这样子的一个其中有一个很明显的一个 feature 就是我们眼睛就可以看到它身上的一个这个特征了哈，就是这个 quokka 呢，其实它 shares with a rat， 它跟这个一般的老鼠一样的东西，就是说呢，它的这个尾巴上面有一些些的小小的稀疏的这些毛发，所以就是因为这个原因，那个船长才会说把它称之为 rot nest， 是这个原因。
Right. Okay, let's take a short break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Let's find out a little bit more about this cute little marsupial, the quokka. Okay, the name quokka comes from the Noongar language, which is spoken by the indigenous people of southwestern Australia. Now, we were talking about native people.
Yeah.
Indigenous is another way to say native people, indigenous people. So they speak this language, the Noongar language, and the quokka comes from that language.
对。所以接下来这一段呢，我们就来介绍为什么这个短尾矮袋鼠它称之为 quokka 这个音这个字哈。他说主要呢是因为当时澳洲西南部的一些原住民，他们的语言呢，我们把它称之为这个努加语。好，那因为这个努加语里面的发音就是把这样子的一种动物称之为 quokka， 所以呢，这样的一个语言，这个努加语呢 ，which is spoken by， 就是被这一群人讲。那刚才老师也讲得很对，这个字呢，就是指原本住在这边的一些原来的原住民们。好，那这个字呢 ，indigenous 这个字是比较尊重原住民的一个讲法。因为我记得，如果中文我们讲原住民，它还有一个字叫 aboriginal。那这个字可能比较有一点不是很正面的一个称呼，比较不尊重对方啦哈。所以呢，我们如果比较呢，就是说我们要指说有一群人，他们可能在殖民者来之前，他们原本就已经生存在这个地方，有一些文化活动的这些人，我们就把它称之为 indigenous， 是比较尊重的一个说法。
Yeah. Okay, great. Quokkas live in only a small part of this region. And many people travel to Rottnest Island just to see them. Okay, so they're really in this small region of southwestern Australia. And I guess Rottnest Island has a lot of them, right? So people come to Rottnest Island just so they can go and see this very interesting marsupial.
对了，所以这个句子就是讲说，其实 quokka 这样的动物呢，它只住在某一个小小的一个 region， 就是小小的这一个区块里面啊。那就是不是说虽然说在这个整个岛上你都可以看到这样的动物，但是它自己住的时候，不是说整个岛到处乱住。它还是会有它的固定的一个住的一个地方就对了。那所以呢，以至于很多的人呢，就是很多这些观光客啊，他们之所以要前往到这样的一个罗特尼斯岛，最主要的目的就是为了看这些 quokkas。
Okay. Although there are many quokkas on the island, they are still listed as vulnerable. Okay, so they're not really on the extinction list yet. They're somewhere on the spectrum.
Yeah.
And on the spectrum, they have a part that says vulnerable. So vulnerable to becoming extinct one day. So we need to be safe to make sure that we are not killing them or doing anything to harm their environment. Right?
没错，所以老师刚才讲了这个字的 vulnerable 这个字就是虽然不到濒临 extinction， 就是绝迹还不到绝种这个地方，但是呢，它们却是属于非常脆弱的这种物种。所以呢，这些袋鼠虽然在这个岛屿上面，确实我们可以看得到很多这些 quokkas 在这个岛屿上面，可是它们实际上呢，还是被列为 be listed as， 就是它们还是被列为呢所谓的这个所谓很容易受伤害的这样的一些动物。因为我们知道这个字vulnerable 这个字 vulner 这个头就是伤害的意思，然后这个字首就是伤害，然后后面加 able 变成一个形容词嘛所以就是很容易可能会伤害到它的，所以它叫做脆弱的物种。
Very good. Okay, let's take a short break. We'll be right back.
好的。
Okay, so we've learned so far quite a bit about the quokkas, and that in fact, even though there are a lot of quokkas on this island, they are still a vulnerable species of animal, so we need to watch out.
Yes.
Okay, let's continue on to the next part.
All right.
Therefore, visitors should follow some rules when they observe quokkas to help protect them.
这本来就是应该这样了。
Yeah, of course. I mean, I think when you're dealing with any animals and, especially wild animals, there needs to be some rules and some precautions that you will take before you interact with them.
刚刚老师讲的 precaution 就是一些预防措施了当我们看这种 wild animals， 它又不是你家里面养的，你不是随便去摸随便去抱什么的或者什么的，因为你的这些动作你可能伤害它们了。对你可能觉得我只是抱抱它我只是喂它东西吃我只是摸摸它，但是你要记得它们是 wild 的，它们不是你自己家里面养的所以呢这一段就告诉我们，因此呢我们这些游客们呢，如果我们也真的想要去这个岛上面去玩，去看一下这些 quokkas 呢，可以的。那么这时候你要 follow some rules， 有一些规则你要遵守它咯。Follow 当然我们也可以用 obey 这个字 obey， 你也可以用 abide by 这样的一个片语 abide， 然后再加一个介系词 by。好，你要遵守以下的一些规定，尤其是当你要去靠近去 observe， 你要去观察它的时候，你要观察这些 quokkas， 然后呢，你要帮助保护它们所以有一些规则。哪些规则呢？
哪些规则呢？First, keep a proper distance and don't disturb their natural behavior. Okay, so keep a distance from something means that you maintain or that you know there is enough space between you and another thing.
Yeah.
Means to keep a distance. So I could say I'd like people to keep a 1 meter distance from me.
Okay.
It would be very difficult to, okay, we'll say 3 centimeters.
Okay.
Okay, so keep a 3 centimeters distance from me at all times, okay?
Okay.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
好的，所以呢，这个第一个规定就是说呢，当你想要去这个观察这些短尾矮袋鼠的时候，第一个规则就是你要先跟它们保持一个 proper 适当的距离，就像刚才谢老师说，他要3公分就好了。OK， 他觉得这个就是 proper
Just kidding.
distance。
I like to touch.
好，所以呢，我们要保持什么样的距离？适当的距离。主要就是说呢，你不要 don't disturb， 你不要去打扰他们嘛。因为比如说这个袋鼠，他们在做他们自己的 natural behavior， 就是他们的一些自然的行为。比如说他们袋鼠跟袋鼠之间，他们在吃东西啦
Or they're watching Netflix.
或者
or, you know.
他们在吃 popcorn
Yeah.
等等的时候，你不要去去逗弄他，你好可愛喲，这样子，好，这样子就是 disturb。
Yeah, just let them do what they do and
Yes.
don't disturb them.
Yeah.
That's it. Okay. It's important not to touch a quokka, as this could make it sick or spread disease. Oh, so, and actually, naturally, humans might have some diseases or carry some kind of bacteria or viruses that could affect the quokkas, and that could spread the disease among them. And of course, we know that they are a vulnerable species, so we have to be careful about that. So we need to keep a distance.
对啦，
Proper
所以
distance.
这边就讲了，你其实就是千万不要去碰它们。啊，
Yeah.
就像刚才我们讲，你觉得我就是碰一下而已嘛，有什么关系？你一个人
摸一下嘛，
对你一个人摸一下，你2个人、3个人，他有每一年有50万的游客，这么多游客，每个人都摸一下，那还得了？对不对？所以呢，他这边就讲了很重要的事情，就是你千万别去碰它，不要去摸它啦。主要的原因就是因为这个 as 就是 because 的意思，主要的因为就是因为你摸它的时候，可能你就会让这些短尾矮袋鼠就生病了，要不然呢，你自己身上可能你也不知道你身上有什么样的脏东西或什么，可能就传播了疾病给这些可爱的袋鼠们。
Yeah, we don't want that.
对啊。
But maybe we can just feed them some human food. Maybe we can do that.
Second rule.
Let's see. Also, do not feed them because human food could harm their health. Oh, so they have a special diet that they need to follow. So maybe even though they would be interested if you gave them some human food, this would be bad for them and could really harm their health. Harm means to hurt.
Yes.
Right? Basically, it's just another word for hurting something, harming something. Yeah.
我们知道，虽然这些短尾矮袋鼠呢，它是吃这个 grasses 跟 leaves 没有错，可是并不表示，你自己去拔一些草，然后就给它乱吃。你怎么知道这是它要吃的草呢？你也不知道这是它要吃的树叶，对不对？所以你都不知道，所以你就不要做这些动作。所以它下一句说，同时呢，你也千万不要去随便的喂食它们，因为呢，我们人类的这些食物有的时候可能会伤害到它们的健康。
So be careful.
Yeah.
All right. If you want to get a closer look at a quokka, plan a trip to Rottnest Island and remember to follow these simple rules. So it's not that complicated, really.
Nope.
Just keep a distance and watch them in their natural habitat, in their natural environment. And just enjoy them from afar. Yeah.
没错，所以呢，最后一句就是告诉我们呢，如果呢你真的很想要近距离去观察这些可爱的短尾矮袋鼠呢，其实呢你就赶快呢规划一个旅程到这个所谓的罗特尼斯岛啦。那但记得呢一定要遵守刚才我们讲的这些所谓很简单的规则。这些规则就像刚刚谢老师讲，它就很简单，你就远远的这样子看着它，然后帮它 take some photos， 对不对？这样就好了。对，然后就 observe， 用你的眼睛。
Draw it.
对，或者你想要
Paint it.
对你想要画它们都可以，你就是不要碰它们，不要给它们吃东西，这样就可以了。尊重它们，这样就好啦。对，所以这是非常简单的
You
规
can
则。
talk to them too. You can be like, hey, Quokka, how's it going?
OK， all right，
Hope you're doing well, buddy.
也可以跟他们聊聊天啦。好的。
Probably not. it's probably best also not to talk to them. Just leave them alone. Okay, that's all the time we have for this lesson. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
All right，拜拜，
拜拜。